That's probably would be something.
Good evening and welcome to Burton Complex here in Lake Charles, Louisiana. We are live here on 446 Sports for the semifinals of Division III non-select. Hello, everybody. Alongside Doug Gann, I am Marshall Leffler, and we're moments away from tip-off between the Marksville Tigers, the top seed in D3 non-select, and the 5th-seeded Green Demons of Mamou High School. It'll be a Central Louisiana matchup here in Lake Charles for March Madness. Starting lineups are just moments away from being announced. And Doug, this is a Marksville team that we've been on early, going back to the expectations that they have with Coach Benjamin coming to Marksville, his alma mater to coach, bringing along with him his son Armani, who's an all-state, top recruit in Louisiana. Their road to the Dome has been something that we prepared for all season long. But the challenge is Mamou tonight, a team that stylistically can match up with Marksville.
They definitely can, but I'm going to tell you, and I'll go out on a limb right now, there is not a better backcourt. There's not a better backcourt, I don't care what classification it is, than the one that has Armani Benjamin in there, that's got Bam in there, that's got Dane. There's not a better group that will come out. The guard play with them is exceptional.
Yeah, Devin Lavallee and Dane Small both were freshman starters on this Marksville team when they won 2 years ago.
That's right.
As we get ready for tip-off, we'll take you courtside as they introduce the starting lineups here in Burton Complex.
Next up, we have the nice Marksville Tigers. And number 32, Brandon Bonnet. And now, at point guard, a junior, number 3, Samari Brown. At guard, a junior, number 5, Jamison Phillips. At forward, a junior, number 11, Braxton Arnold. At small forward, a senior, number 4, and the head coach, JB, team host, Bob Lyons. And now, the starting lineup for the Marksville Tigers. At forward, a junior, number 2, Devin Lavallee. A guard, junior, number 11, Jaden Price. At guard, a junior, number 24, James Small. At forward, a senior, number 1, Armani Benjamin. And at forward, a senior, number 12, Tigers assistant coaches, Nigel Bacon, and Jordan Williams, and the head coach.
McNeese State University for March Madness 2026 edition, live right here on 446 Sports. Marshall Leffler and Doug Gann getting set to bring you semifinal action. I want to remind you that E-Team Sponsor is proud to be the official fundraising platform of the LHSAA. Visit eteamsponsor.com. It helps replenish 4 electrolytes lost when you sweat. Powerade, more power for you. Lavallee, Benjamin, Price, Small, and Hayes are the starters for Marksville. Lavallee in the middle. He'll run point guard tonight, but he's set for the jump ball. Officials are set, and we are underway in Lake Charles. That'll be a turnover quickly as Hayes will tip it to Mamou. Layup no good. Benjamin gets the rebound, and Marksville will take over to start this ball game.
Look, seeing this intensity is what it's going to be.
Yeah, speed and intensity right off the bat. Price's three-pointer is no good, but Marksville will get the offensive rebound. Benjamin over to Small. Small on the right wing. He'll drive in, kick it out to Benjamin. Benjamin pump fake into the lane now. Dish down to Hayes. Hayes' layup is up and good.
This is the first time today that we've seen an up and down aggressive run to the basket. We didn't see it in either of the first two games, and that's good basketball.
Yeah, nice design set there by Marksville to take a 2-0 lead. Just about 30 seconds gone by. Drive by Dugas, and the freshman, Ernest Dugas, is going to throw down the hammer with the right hand.
He comes off the screen, goes around the side, and he didn't care who was in his way. He was going to the basket, and you said it. He's a freshman.
Leading scorer for the Green Demons this season. Now Small takes it across half court. He'll drive again, pull up from the elbow. No good. Rebounded by the Green Demons. That's Viltz, Jamison Viltz, the junior with the board. Now he'll bring the ball up, being guarded by Price, also a junior.
They talk about the freshman from Peabody that is so good, Blake. This guy, Dugas, is explosive.
Yeah, battle-tested and ready for tournament time. Devin Lavallee playing tough defense out on the perimeter on Zamari Brown. Now Mamou looks to work to the high post. They'll kick it back out and reset. Now a little bit of defense by Benjamin. Will push the ball to the half court. Dead ball for Mamou. And they'll get it back up top to Viltz. Entry pass is going to be poked away and stolen by Jaden Price. And he will draw some contact there. It'll be a foul on Mamou.
Yeah, a little bit of a frustration foul, Marshall. You give up, and you see this oftentimes. You give up a turnover, and you're just trying to get it back. It's like, God, doggone, I should have just let that go.
I did it more times than I'd like to admit in my day. 6:16 left to go, tied at 2 early on. Dane Small will start the offense from the left side. Now he'll look to drive, reverse the ball all the way over to Benjamin. Benjamin's got some space in the backcourt. He'll look at a double team out of a zone. Lavallee to the corner, Small for 3, no good. Rebounded again by Viltz. Mamou will get out quickly in transition. They'll fall down. That's going to be Brown that'll take a spill, and that's going to be a travel turnover.
That's a tough call, too, because that was near a foul on Armani and ended up calling a travel. So these officials, and it's a new crew that's in here, so you're letting them figure it out.
Mamou going with some man pressure now. Jaden Price will drive and kick it to the corner. Lavallee drives baseline on the left side. Jumper is up and good. Nice little shot by Bam.
Yeah, Bam, again, he is the difference maker in this, and you're going to see them try to get different players involved in it.
Mamou comes back to work from the top of the key, looking to get a high post entry pass. Tipped by and stolen by Benjamin. Armani gets a steal. Price in fast break. Up to Bam. Bam tips it in.
That's that intensity from the front court, for the back court that we told you about, that these guards will come after you at every level.
Nice lob on the fast break from Price to Lavallee. Here's Mamou going back to work. That's Dugas again down the same spot. This time it's a layup, but it's up and good.
Look, there's no wonder that Ernest Dugas is the leading scorer on this team. What's crazy is just a freshman, but he leads them in rebounds as well. One shy of Ardwan.
Yeah, I got to see him play against Rapides earlier this year. He was the leading scorer that night as well. Small now works the ball over. This is going to be no good from Lavallee, but he gets his own rebound. Pass to Jaden Price. Jaden Price will kick it out to Benjamin for 3. No good. Rebound is fought over, and we'll go to Mamou. Dane Small trying to get in there and grab the board.
Armani just kind of floated there. He stayed open for that shot. They leave him in. He didn't crash as much. He lets his guys down there in the post take care of that work.
Yeah, he's got an inside-out game on offense, so he can take what they gives him. Now we'll have Viltz bring the ball back up and try to get another bucket here for Mamou. Ernest Dugas has both buckets for the Green Demons so far. 4.5 minutes left to go. 6-4, Marksville over Mamou. Skip pass over to Dugas. He'll try a 3, and that's going to be no good, too deep. Diving on the floor for it, and recovering is Brown.
And it'll go over to Marksville on this one. But I really like the officiating crew. Nothing blatant has to go. Time. Let them go.
Tigers take over with just over 4 minutes left. Up 2. They'll get set up with Dane Small bringing the ball up court. Now they'll reverse it quickly up, and they've got it to Benjamin on the right wing. Skipping it pass over.
Ground, just get it and go to the basket with it.
6 points for Devin Lavallee, one-time state champion.
Look, they're smelling another one, too.
This will be another entry pass. They'll go high-low. Brown's in the corner. Benjamin's there on defense. Locks him up. Dead ball. Now Mamou will reverse it to the top of the key as Marksville gets to get into their bench a little bit. Vilts from the top. He'll get stripped by Price. Picked up by Lavallee. Tigers are on the run. Fast break for Lavallee down the middle. Splits a double team. Up and in. Nothing but nets.
Did you see the control that Lavallee had on his body because the block was there? He actually has to lay back and put that one up.
Now, Benjamin with a steal. Will he get up and slam? They'll run and there'll be a timeout for Mamou.
This, Marshall, is that explosiveness that we told you about. It was snipped. Marksville runs off 8 in a row by that dynamic play.
Yeah, the defense so far, Doug, you mentioned that 8-0 run, and the Green Demons will burn a timeout, and now we'll see a few substitutions come in for Coach Oakey's Marksville Tigers, as he'll be able to get into his bench here in the first quarter of this ball game. We'll see Zayden Youssef, a senior who's been in there a lot for the Tigers, going back to even before the football players from Marksville were back on the court. DeMarcus Barton is going to check in as well as Kyan Carmouche, who's been kind of a six-man for Marksville throughout the year. So now they'll get into their bench a little bit, give some starters some rest as Small and Hayes will. Jaden Price checks out as well for Mamou. Same starters for Mamou. And Jaden Price checks out as well for Mamou. Same starters for Mamou. And Armani Benjamin will get called for a bump. That'll be his first foul on the floor.
Yep, they whistle Armani there, and you won't see him come out much in a game. But that guard play that you see out of Lavallee, and you see those guys, that's why they're going to give them that quick little breather when you jump into an 8-point lead. But again, we talked about coaching pedigrees in earlier games. There's a hold underneath. At least he's giving them a little bit of a whistle.
Nice drive there by Javion Thomas for Mamou. Now they'll get a shot from the top of the key, and that one is in, and that's Javion Charles, excuse me, puts a 3-ball in for Mamou.
Look, the banter between the Marksville and Mamou fans just on our Facebook post would pale in comparison to the energy in this room tonight.
That shot will bring them right back into this ballgame. They'll reverse it to Carmouche. Carmouche keeps it moving to Lavallee. Lavallee back to Carmouche. Skip pass to Armani. Looking to work against a double team. He'll try 3. No good. Rebound by the Green Demons. That's Ardoin with a board. Quickly now into the front court is Mamou. And Marksville will get back. And the Green Demons will reset. Dugas got a double gap on this side. Driving against Youssef. Spin move, fade away. That ball's up and no good. Youssef gets the board, and he'll get the outlet pass over to Armani.
Look, he always seems to be around the ball when he's out on the floor.
Benjamin's attempt in the lane is no good. Try to get a left-handed finger roll. And Lavallee steps in to steal it and call timeout in midair. My goodness, like the old catch and drag on the sideline.
Look, I'm telling you, the official to the near side that got that timeout, did you see the little smile on his face when he sees that going? He's like, yeah, timeout. That was brilliant.
Look, as much as guys like us love to watch Marksville, officials have to love to be involved in a game watching them because of their ability to do things like that. Special thanks to Gold Star Trophies, the official trophy and medal provider of the LHSAA. Visit Gold Star Trophies online to purchase your very own mini replica state championship trophy. And yeah, so Lavallee with another turnover. We've seen Marksville just relentless with stealing the ball, jumping and passing lanes, and they're just getting extra possessions, Doug.
Look, the energy, and these two teams are feeding off of it. It was kind of lulled there in a minute, but this is exactly what we expected out of Mamou Marksville.
We'll see Mazzo Mateo check in for Mamou as the Green Demons get into their bench now in the first quarter. Lavallee from the high post down below, and then he'll get an assist as he gets the pass down to DeMarcus Barton, who's on the board for 2. Minute and a half left. Marksville up 14-7.
Yeah, look, Mamou continuing to drive, though.
He also had a three-pointer from the corner. Earlier this year.
Second leading scorer on the team. He is
nearly do against Marksville.
Very young Mamou
We'll
team
see.
as well.
Marksville up 14-10 in front of the corner. He'll try a 3. That's no good. But Benjamin will grab the rebound, absorb some contact, and reset it to Lavallee. But no, they'll call a foul. So Mamou kind of getting into foul trouble here quickly.
Yeah, they said that he's got
with the right hand, and Mamou's within 1 here. Lavallee, same spot on that left baseline. This time he'll go up and under, but it's no good.
Dugas
with the transition attempt down the lane, and he'll get a foul called. He'll draw one. That's going to be on Youssef, number 4. That's his first foul.
That turned quickly. Thought they were going to whistle Dugas. So, man, he plays just above his years.
Yeah, definitely has the size of an upperclassman. They'll inbound it now to Braxton. He'll try another baby hook. This one's short and rebounded by the Tigers. Armani in the open court, behind the back, in the lane, kick out to Zaydon. Zaydon, he'll pass it over and get that to DeMarcus, whose attempt is up and no good. Lavalley with the rebound. He'll get it into the lane now and pass out to Benjamin, and Benjamin facing another double team.
Look, they extend this defense on Armani. They've watched the same films we have.
Yusuf Zaydon's second three-point attempt is up and no good. Mamou's got it with 10 seconds left. Dugas into the lane. An attempt up and good. 3 seconds left. Benjamin will get a try from half court. And that will end the first quarter as that shot goes off the back iron. We are tied at 14, and this Mamou crowd is pretty lit up, Doug.
I'm telling you, they are feeling it. You see the green and gold from those from the Demons are just—it's incredible. The energy. We've been here most of the day watching games, and there has not been this type of a basketball atmosphere all morning long.
So we've got a first quarter that started off strong for Marksville. They made some substitutions, had 3 substitutions in after that 8-0 run, and Mamou came right back against that second unit for Marksville and tied this ball game. So it went from 12-4 to now tied at 14 going in. Follow the official LHSAA social media for official power rankings, playoff brackets, highlights, and all things LHSAA. Don't miss a moment. Follow LHSAA Sports today. And Doug, we'll probably see these lineups as Marksville continues to go into their bench. Now they got Ricky Lewis, a senior guard, who's in there for the Tigers, as well as Gerard Gibson, a freshman. So Coach Oakey going into his bench here early, Doug.
Look, we talked about a game of runs, too, and being able to go into your bench allows you to fuel things like that.
Two guys working against Small on the left wing. Try to entry pass in. That'll get tipped, and it will take a fortuitous bounce over to Mamou, and Jamison Viltz will get a bucket there to give Mamou a 2-point lead.
And to think that Mamou came all the way back and now has the lead in this thing.
They're trapping these guards high. Let's see if Marksville figures out where they want to pass out of these traps and get some looks, especially with this reserve unit in. They'll reset this ball up to the top of the key. Dane Small, straight down the lane. Dead dribble. Passes it to Price. Price has some room on the left side. His floater's up and no good off the front iron. That'll be rebounded by Kevin Slaughter from Mamou. Now it's Viltz down the lane with a Euro step. His layup is up and good, being guarded by Devon Hayes, and all of a sudden, Mamou has a 4-point lead with 7 minutes left to go in the second.
Look, the one thing that I want to see is, can this intensity keep going the entire way?
Here's a drive inside. That'll be knocked out of bounds by Mamou. So Tigers will get a play under Mamou's basket as Lewis tried to feed that ball inside to Gibson.
And let me ask you this, Marshall, too. These two teams are very close to each other. They know each other. The proximity is there. There's no fear in either one of these two teams.
No, you should, if they haven't played each other during the regular season, they played each other in AAU, so absolutely.
Correct. Grown up together, and
For sure.
There's no fear on either side.
Price gets it into Hayes. Hayes with a layup. That brings Marksville within 2. Jaden Price with an assist. Devon Hayes with a nice bucket.
6.5 to go in this one. Mamou clinging to that 2-point lead. What a ball game this is.
Mateo back in for Mamou. This will be a look inside for Ardois. He was double teamed, and he coughs it up. That's a turnover for the Green Demons, and Marksville will take back over. And we've got a substitution. Dugas will check into the game for Mamou as Mateo heads to the bench. Marksville still going with that second unit other than with Armani and Lavalley still on the bench.
Look, we talk about a zone, man, but they're double teaming every time somebody gets the ball. There's a double team on them.
Small dishes it inside to Hayes. Hayes with his second consecutive bucket. And the big man getting rewarded down there in the post.
You got to pay the big man off. I mean, he's working like that. Come on, feed him a bone.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of activity trying to guard Braxton Ardwall down in the paint, and he just got 2 consecutive buckets assisted by his guards. Mamou tries to drive down baseline. They'll dish it down to Viltz. His attempt is good from inside the arc.
I like the work of Gibson to collapse off of his man and try to block the baseline, but Duga able to go around it.
Armani and Devin set to check back in for Marksville. And this will be Jaden Price with a short jumper, nothing but net. That'll tie the game at 25-22 left to go in the first half.
Unbelievable the shooting in this thing, too. 63%. Makes for this type of frenetic pace.
Yeah, Jaden Price with 5 points. This will be Viltz from the baseline. His jumper is short and rebounded by Dane Small. Small will quickly get it into the front court. He'll get down the lane. But Devon Hayes on help defense able to get over there and swat that shot out of bounds. And now we'll see the starting lineup again for Marksville as Benjamin and Lavallee check back into this ball game with 4:46 left to go in the second quarter.
Absolutely it is. Look, Armani Benjamin and Lavallee, Bam just playmakers in here. Look, instantly making his presence felt.
2-on-1, Small and Lavallee. Small with some room. His shot is blocked. Price will get the rebound, kick it out to Armani. Armani dead dribble, he'll shoot a 3, and it's no good. But Lavallee gets that rebound and throws it out to Price. Price, he'll try a 3-pointer again, no good. Lavallee with another rebound, this time for 2, and it's good. 3 shots for Marksville, third time's a charm, Doug.
So the ability to get offensive rebounds really making a difference. This year's Marksville spread it out to a 2-possession game again, but you can't go one and done in these type of offensive setups.
2 big runs for Marksville, gives them a 5-point lead with 4 minutes left. Can they get another turnover? Going for it.
Marshall, how does the energy change when you get Benjamin and Lavallee back onto the court?
Well, like we mentioned, the 8-0 run, then they went out, and that's kind of when Mamou made their run back. So you pretty much hit the nail on the head as far as how this game's gone so far. So we'll see what Marksville can do here.
They started keeping up with plus and minus minutes a long time ago, and your plus minutes with Benjamin and Lavallee on there are incredible.
From the Marksville back. Get another 3-pointer off the back iron and rebounded by Lavallee again. And he gets another bucket down low, 27-20 Marksville.
You talked about the smartness of Lavallee. He runs quarterback for the football team.
With 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the second quarter. And Marksville looking kind of like they took that momentum back that they started the game with.
Marshall, you talked about the band that was in here when they came in for Ash. Mamou's got their band up here. Marksville has their band. Have you seen an atmosphere like this in a long time?
Look, and as much as it goes back to Central Louisiana, we can bring it in hoops. We've got the best in the state, and we've shown it here today. We brought, depending on what you define Sinloff, and he will almost turn that over, but Mamou will retain possession as it looked like Viltz will check back into the game here. So we've got starting lineups back on the court for both teams. Marksville up 7, 3.5 left in the first half.
And Marshall, this is one side of the bracket. This isn't Saturday play. This is one of the better games all week long, and it's in the semifinals.
Another steal by Small, a pass up to Price, no good. Another rebound by Hayes, another rebound by Hayes, another rebound by Lavallee. That's 3 offensive rebounds right there in about 4 seconds, and Bam Lavallee is on the board again.
How about that Braxton Ardwan block, though, that was down here, too, that near prevented the basket on there, but just he's jumping up and causing chaos.
So turnovers and offensive rebounds for Marksville. They'll give up a layup here to Viltz.
Yeah, that's a sick pass from inside. Blocking shots, dropping dimes.
Jaden Price will pass inside. That'll go right back out to Benjamin. Benjamin's free from the corner, is up, and it's good. 3-pointer for Armani.
Armani Benjamin just feeling it on here, too. This Marksville team is rolling.
Yeah, and they're getting these 3-point looks off of kickouts. That's the most efficient shot from a high schooler from beyond the arc is off a drive and kick, and that's what they're getting done. Mamou trying to get inside. They'll do so with Brown, but he'll turn it over, and Viltz will get it right back. This will be a kick out to Dugas. 3-pointer from the right corner. Up and off the rim a couple times. It'll fall to the court and be picked up eventually by Jaden Price. 3-on-1 for Marksville. Down the middle to Devin. Devin up. Layup is good. And we've got a foul called. Is that going to be an and one, Doug?
They're going to call an and one. They count the basket on there, and that's why he's pleading his case down there and say, look, it's just contact. Oh, no. That's just brilliant. They're going to whistle that on Dugard, looks like. Yeah, that's his first personal foul. Only the first team, Arsenal, were 6 minutes into this thing.
Yeah, he came out of his shoe on that one trying to stop Lavallee, but that's going to be an and one, so count the bucket for Bam. Just under 2 minutes left. Marksville's up 34-22 in the semifinals, and Lavallee is up to the line to try to make it a three-point play.
Plus minus minutes for those two is like you said, through the roof.
Free throws no good from Bam.
Ardoin pulls down another one of his boards.
Mamou tried to get it into the corners. Amari Brown has it. Passes up a shot. Now he'll skip it all the way across. This will be a pass inside intended for Ardoin, but Armani Benjamin's going to take a charge off ball. Boy, that is really, really good coaching. I wonder if him and his head coach have a good relationship.
I think father-son talk about it quite often on there. Championship player in Armani, championship coach in Okie, and, man, they just getting things going.
Dane Small will stay at point guard for Marksville. They'll run a 1-4 high set with Bam and Devon at the elbows. Minute and a half left. Marksville up 12 in the semifinals. Trying to make it back to the finals for the third year in a row. They'll get it over to Benjamin, who will get it inside to Hayes. Hayes will cough it up, and Mamou is down the court in transition. And prevents the left on Hayes all the way down there on that first foul, but boy, he has just been really benefiting from some nice Small, number 24. He'll bring the ball up here for Marksville. 1 minute left until the break. He'll go behind the back against a one-on-one and hand it off to Armani. Armani down to the right elbow. He'll get to the free throw line. Up and under is good. That's a pretty move from number one.
But it's an attacking offense. They did not sit back and wait and let Mamou get in there.
Going back to work are the Green Demons, being guarded outside there by Carmouche and Price. Now Viltz has it on the left wing, being guarded by Dane Small. Skip pass to Dugard. Dugard trying to get some work going back down. No good. Price picks up the steal. Up ahead, beats everyone down the court. Left hand is up, no good. Tipped up and rebounded by Mamou, but they'll say they caught it out of bounds.
Yeah. Energy out and come down on the end line. That's tough.
36-24, Tigers over the Green Demons. 29 seconds left in the first half.
After the break, after one.
Lavallee hesitated on that pass, turns it over. This will be Viltz up now, trying to get a hop-step bucket in the lane. He does. So that'll make it a 12-point game. Again, 10 seconds left in the half. Jaden Price gets it to Benjamin. Will probably be the last shot here. Small down the baseline. Floater is up and nothing but net. Marksville will take a 14-point lead into the half, 38-24. And, Doug, the Tigers look as good as you could ask them to look from an execution standpoint.
We've seen them play this way, and they just keep coming at you and keep coming at you. And their guard play, what I told you in the pregame on this, too, was the guard play out of Armani and out of Bam and out of Dane was as good as any you'll find. And here they showed it off.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing to bring up because we talk about Lavallee and Benjamin, you know, being a dynamic guard duo for Marksville. Dane Small consistently gets left out of this conversation. He's already got a ring on his. That's right. That's why you listen to us. He's already got a ring on his finger, and he basically ran point there in the second quarter. So when you've got that many options for Marksville, it allows them to just kind of play a summer league mentality. It doesn't matter who they're going against; they just run their sets.
If you look at the scoring, the average scoring throughout the season, Armani, a guard, averaging 13 a game. Bam Lavallee, a guard, averaging 11 points a game on there. Jaden Price averaging 11 points a game on there. Dane Small averaging 12 points a game on there. These guys get out in transition, and you can't.
Someone is being double teamed. That's fine with them. As long as they get a bucket, they don't care who scores it. The Tigers lead the Green Demons 38-24 as Marksville and Mamou battle for a spot in the finals of Division III non-select. We're at halftime. Got about 8.5 minutes here on the clock here inside Burton Coliseum. We will step away here, catch our breath, get some water, and be back for the third quarter. We'll bring you some halftime stats. It's Marshall Leffler and Doug Gann bringing you the semifinals here at March Madness right here on 446 Sports. Welcome back to Burton Complex here in Lake Charles, Louisiana. It's March Madness, and we're bringing it to you live right here on 446 Sports. I'm Marshall Leffler alongside Doug Gann, and we're in the Division III non-select semifinal game between Marksville and Mamou, and the Tigers have a 38-24 halftime lead. And Doug, we got, of course, got the great sports information staff here bringing us these halftime stats. What stands out to you the most?
Well, the number one thing that jumps off the screen at me is 15 turnovers for Mamou and 4 for Marksville. And if you don't think that's a big enough advantage on there to you, I don't know that you really follow it. But a 15-4 turnover advantage is huge. But if you want to dig a little deeper into it, let's do that. Rebounding, Marksville 17, Mamou 10. So there's a almost 2-to-1 difference on rebounding as well. The transition that the team's got, if they're turning you over and they're out rebounding you, it's going to be a big lead. Well, what do you go? Sometimes they say that numbers don't tell the story. Oh, yes, they do.
Well, and especially if a big portion of those rebounds are offensive rebounds, which, gosh, we saw in the second half that Marksville was basically in a tip drill. Another stat that you see that this kind of just in general goes definitely against the game that we saw before this between Endicott and Ash. Out of 18 field goals for Marksville, 9 of them were assisted. Out of 11 field goals for Mamou, 7 of them were assisted. And I always am interested in that because this time of year, these tournament environments, you rarely see one guy that can just take over everything unequivocally. You have to rely on your teammates giving you easy buckets. Champions plan for the future, fans, and so should you. At Upstream Life, we help you protect what matters most with our Secure Legacy multi-year guaranteed annuity. Lock in competitive rates, guarantee your growth, and secure your legacy for the ones you love, because winning isn't just on the field, it's in your financial future. Visit upstreamlife.us for more information. We're set to tip off the third quarter here, Doug.
Let me tell you one more thing before we get going, too. Only 3 free throws have been shot this entire game. You get the guard play and the transition that you see out of Marksville and Mamou. 3 fouls for Marksville, 3 fouls for Mamou. Well played ball game.
I think that's a good point, too, Doug, because I know from the Marksville side you will continue more than likely to see their aggression on defense and try to get turnovers. Here we are, underway in the third quarter. Marksville will get the ball. Small will get it across to Price to begin the second half of play. Benjamin for 3, and that's going to be no good as Marksville tries to get some offense going early on. That's Ardoin with a rebound. Up now quickly to Brown.
Ardoin, the junior forward.
He's out to the line. His first free throw. Been the ball back rebound. Will go right back. 6:21 left to go in the third quarter. On to the lane. 38. Gets it deflected. 6. Hey, that's out of bounds. James Price with a nice deflection on defense there.
We talked all day. You're tired of hearing about the game. You cannot just match possessions.
Will knock down the second free throw. Gives the Tigers a 7-1 lead. Just over 6 minutes left in the third. The lane is no good. He rebounded by Lavallee. He's got some room out in front. That's going to be to the left side lane. No good. He goes down hard. And Bilson will get away. He'll get into the lane for Mamou. He walks the other way. From left to right. Brown has it at the top of the key. He'll get it in Bilson. So Lavallee will get it over twice. He'll get it ahead to Small. Get Mamou a nice trap over here in the back. That left is again no good. So Mamou just give and go here. Yeah, he's affected 2 straight fast breaks. Lavallee will try to take a charge. And no good, but no basket. Now Benjamin in the open court. Down the lane. Kick out to Small. Small pump fake. Foul trouble really now Small with this to either side. Fadeaway here in the third quarter. Rebounded by Phillips. Mamou's got some room in the front court. And Brown to the line. There's a wide open fast break layup. Junior guard averaging 12.6 rebounds. That's just more of the same. The intensity that we've seen. And we talked about how what Mamou has to do. They've got to find a way to start getting understand. Get a little bit of realization chip away. Meanwhile, Marksville gets some close-up shots right there. They're probably walking back. Hayes with a pump fake. He'll get into the lane. Here's all foul to lead. That's Braxton Arthur. He can't match a style.
Almost had the strength
Question for Mamou. Can you do that at the level that Marksville has done it throughout the season here? This hang on for the that's no right. It's up to 39-27 in favor of Marksville, who will bring the ball back into the front court now with Armani Benjamin at the top of the key facing a trap, and he'll dribble through it. Pass it to Lavallee, who'll get it in the corner to Price. Price's J is up and good. 3-pointer for Price.
And look, Price has been one that's been able to knock down points. He's another one of those that has averaged double digits for the season.
Marksville makes the extra pass yet again, gets another good look for that Tiger offense. Back to work goes Mamou on offense.
I know you've coached a while, too. It's got to be difficult defending for 4 good shooters.
Yeah, especially when they're making smart passes and not settling. Dane Small, transition, layup, up and good, but that'll be a turnover. And they're going to call, actually, that's going to be on
They're calling Dane on the offensive foul
a
there.
charge. So I wasn't sure if they called a travel or a charge. So now Marksville will
It
call
looked
a
like they
timeout.
got him. He cleared out a little bit with the arms. He was Euro stepping. He was pushing off. But that's not been called. But the lead is up to 15, largest of the day now for Marksville.
Yeah, 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter, and Coach Benjamin will talk it over with the Tigers. Fans, your Coca-Cola bottlers of Louisiana are proud sponsors of the LHSAA State Championships and All-Star events. Coca-Cola, open happiness. Want to thank NDI Heating and Cooling. They've been bringing us the game of the week all season here on 446 Sports, and also have some on and off with our scoreboard today, but we do want to thank Wallace Eye Associates, who's helped partner with us to bring that scoreboard to fans all season long. They'll break the huddles. Like we mentioned, 5 minutes left in the over the fifth seed. Doug.
Look, it's the same identical game plan that we saw in here. We watched the play. They didn't have Bam in the game.
Another steal. Jaden Price for three. He's nothing but net. And Kyan Carmouche is in there, and he's pressuring Viltz up at the top of the key. As Marksville has got into their reserve unit here again. Same substitution pattern as the first quarter. Fadeaway jumper for Ardoin, no good.
You talk about reserves, though, but these guys are playing 8 or 9 deep, and they play just as physical.
Price again, short on a heat check. But he'll get his own rebound, up and under, dish it to Youssef. Top of the key to Lavallee. Lavallee's three is no good, rebound by Viltz.
And off Mamou goes again, but they're facing a 20-point deficit and a defense or an offense that is coming after him, a defense that's coming after him.
Yeah, you mentioned there in the preseason and the start of the regular season, Price, Lavallee, and Armani were all on the football field. So a lot of these guys that you're seeing now are starters to begin. Price from the elbow, that's good. Marksville with another turnover, and they turn it into another easy bucket.
You're right. You know, you talk about a couple of the losses that Marksville has. One to J.S. Clark before anything happened.
By 1 point.
And they were up big in the fourth quarter, and then that game without Lavallee. But when they've got all cylinders going, this is what you see.
Yeah, of course, all those games are in the past. Now they got two more to worry about, and in control of this one in the second half. Zedon will skip it to Lavallee, who will get it inside, try to get it inside there, and that'll be a turnover. Mamou with the steal by Brown in the lane. He's back to work. Little skip move, and he'll get a layup. That'll give Mamou 29 points on the day. They'll call a quick timeout. That'll stop it with 3:07 left to go in the third.
Armani set to chip back in. He was at the scorer's table prior to there, and what a difference he's made. So they've extended the lead with Armani on the bench. Now he comes back in, well rested, ready to go, and man, that does not bode well for the Green Demons.
Yeah, that's seemingly what they were trying to do in the first half. Of course, that's when Mamou made their run and tied this ball game up at 14 as it got into the second quarter. But Marksville able to go into the halftime with a 12-point lead, and they've kind of picked up where they left off here in the third quarter, Doug. Up 20.
Indeed, they have, like you said, since the first quarter. The first quarter was tied 14 apiece, and I think they got adjusted to the gym. They've been here before, been there, done that, got settled in, and boy, it just exploded since then.
Slaughter and Mateo back in for the Green Demons, and they'll give the ball back to number 24, Dane Small, the junior, to go to work at point guard with the second unit in. Benjamin has it now. He'll get a ball screen. Pull up from three at the top of the key. Short. Rebounded by Ardoin. He'll get it out quickly to Dugas. Back to Ardoin. And Braxton Ardoin with a highlight slam dunk there.
Look, there's no doubt about the athleticism of Braxton Ardoin.
This will be a three-pointer for Carmouche. No good. Rebounded by Viltz.
Marshall, this is how you climb back in one. Getting the rebounds, there's an offensive foul.
And that's how you stop it. Kyan Carmouche draws the charge. Coach Oakey likes that one.
Look, it's like getting hit by a pitch. But coaches reward batters that get hit by pitches. They reward ones that take charges.
Carmouche, like we said, been a key six-man option for the Tigers. Many games this season, he draws a charge there. Now he will bring the ball up and drive down the lane with a left hand. Got some opening. Pump fake. Gets Braxton up in the air. No good, but he gets his own rebound. Now it goes to Small. Dane Small will put that one in. 51-31, Marksville over Mamou.
Been hanging around this 20-point mark here for the last, and there's going to be a foul that is whistled on Armani, and he just came back in. Now that'll be his third personal foul.
Slaughter, the senior, driving there. He draws the foul on Benjamin. 2:06 left to go. Tigers up 20, looking to go back to the finals for the third year in a row, and I believe they've done it. I believe they might have done it with three head coaches so far, but a program that's just been playing really good basketball the past few years.
Look, they have. There's no doubt the athleticism and the IQ that's there. They really get it. Look at, I mean, to work inside, they were working the inside lob, and Lavallee was right there to get and mess it up.
Deflection by Lavallee, bounces over to Viltz. Viltz will get a floater to go, make it 51-33, 2 minutes left in the third. Small being guarded by Mateo. He'll beat a man down the court. Now he'll get the offense set up. Into the lane now. Dish. Down. Now Small will get it back. Trying to get it to Gibson. Now they'll swing it back to Carmouche at the top of the key. Price will reset the offense for Coach Oakey.
Look, Marshall, I'll tell you, the fatigue is going to sit on Mamou because they're playing defense as intense as we've seen all game, and that's going to take its toll on them.
Lavallee and Small and Price working up top, but there'll be a turnover on the skip pass. Hardwall down the lane, and he'll draw a foul. Yeah, Lavallee tried to skip it over to Small, and
I think
Mamou able to sniff that one out.
Dane got him, or Lavallee. We'll see who they put. No, they don't. They put that on 20.
So that'll be Gibson, number 20. Who gets his first foul. Gerard Gibson, the freshman.
Look, they just reloading, too. You've got such young talent on this team coming up as well.
Mamou trying to get it in bounds under Marksville's baseline. They'll get it into Mateo, but Gibson putting pressure on him in the corner. And the Green Demons trying to get reset here. They'll do so with Slaughter. And he's being guarded tightly by Carmouche. Marksville trying to get another turnover. They'll skip it into the lane. And Ernest Dugas will get behind the weak side of that defense, get a layup.
Back to 16. And we talked about this when it was at 12. You've got to chip away and get this thing under 10 and give yourself an opportunity in the fourth quarter.
Final minute of the third quarter. Tigers just a few minutes away from getting back to the finals if they can hold on to this double-digit lead. Jaden Price will get it over to Dane Small. Back into the lane. He's going to put up a floater, and that one's going to go. Well, two more for Dane Small.
Just a game of inches, too. Mateo has a near steal with the backside help, but it led to
So 6 seconds left, 55-35, and Marksville in control.
They'll go to the line here, too, because that was their fifth personal foul of this quarter, and, boy, that'll drive you crazy.
Yeah, you haven't seen any really emotion from Coach Oakey other than just determination reiterating. Right. He hasn't necessarily shown any pleasure just yet, but the Tigers have been in control for the majority of this ball game, Doug. And
you go in there at this minute break between the third and the fourth, and you just tell them, look, we're up 20. We're the aggressors in this. They've got to come in and launch everything on us. All we have to do is play our game, and we move on to play for a state title on Saturday.
Ernest Dugas will go 2 for 2 from the line there, making an 18-point game with just under 6 seconds left to go. Price will get it with your score 55-37
in the huddle to these coaches.
Yeah, you see another thing too. Gibson, the freshman, they're not going to say anything about a championship months in advance.
Right.
But their focus is on these final 8 minutes against the Green Demons, and if they can hold on 4 more quarters or more, we'll see in the finals.
Well, look, you hate to throw a cliche around, but cliche business-like approach for Marksville right now.
Yeah, and look, in high school sports, there's not a whole lot of new inventions that are changing. The tried and true methods work. So business-like approach, defense first, working for smart shots, not turning it over. That's what the winning teams have done.
that inbounds came right in front of us, and you saw the intent look that Bam had on him. That's incredible.
55-37, opening moments of the fourth quarter. Mamou will inbound up 18.
The first couple of minutes of a quarter, especially this fourth one like that, if they could come out and play with that intensity, perhaps extend this lead a little bit, they'll be heading to Saturday.
Marksville look to try to weave it a little bit with their guards, but Benjamin loses the handle trying to work with his left hand, and that one goes out of bounds in front of the Marksville bench, so Mamou gets it back there.
But still, your full man is going on. It's not a full court press necessarily, as it is full man, and they've not really went away from that.
Slaughter has checked back into the game, and Mamou has turned it over again. So Marksville is going to take back over. We've got into the ball game now Ricky Lewis for the Tigers, as Devon Hayes will bring the ball up the court and get it back to
front of where we are.
7.5 left to go in the fourth. Tigers up 18. Benjamin inbounds to Price. Now Price will set this offense up at the top of the key, being guarded by Ernest Dugas. Forming contact.
Yeah, look, Dugas was all over him that time, but he finished strong, and he's got 18.
Yeah, you saw no basket there, foul on the floor. Yeah, Lavallee didn't even attempt to shoot until he got his shoulder square up, which you see a lot of, flying, flailing attempts there under the goal, but not with an experienced vet like Bam.
You go back to the second quarter. I know it's ways to go back on there, but he made a pass down the court where he stayed up in the air, got his shoulder straight, and zipped it down the field.
Did a lot of players around the state because he's been doing it since he was a freshman, him and Dane Small as well. Meanwhile, you mentioned it pregame, both Coach Oakey and Armani Benjamin have rings on their fingers from their days, 2 titles back at the Bulls Charter.
That's correct.
And so they're looking to add to their trophy case with 2 different schools here, and are sitting pretty with a 20-point lead, 7 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're just a couple of things that you do in this when you don't get sloppy, because you are playing for a championship just a couple of days from now. You got to finish with intensity.
Look at, speaking of intensity, Bam, or Armani dives on the floor to get that rebound, and now Ricky Lewis will draw a foul. Yeah, and to that point, Doug, that you mentioned, 24-10 in the second quarter. Marksville with a big run over Mamou.
Right.
But they tied in the first quarter and only won the third quarter by 4 points. So it's not that Marksville has just come out here and had a field day against them. They did go a big run in the second quarter, but if they want to, they're probably going to try to do that here in the fourth.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and knock them out. They're wobbling and fatigue setting in. We talked about this back in the third, that having to catch up, a lot of times you hear that they spend all their energy catching up, and that allows Marksville to open up. But again, Mamou's out on the floor. Marksville's still coaching up. You would think Marksville was trailing in this game.
Yeah, and again, that's that business-like approach. And again, guess what else it goes back? It goes right back to game one, when the Tigers had a 3-point lead, or a big third-quarter lead against J.S. Clark.
That's right.
And look, you don't ever want that to happen again if you've had it happen to you once.
Finish. That's exactly right. And yeah, we're the same combatants on the court. No, doesn't matter. As a coach, you keep that mindset fresh on everyone.
Yeah, I think that's what we found talking to a lot of these Central Louisiana coaches, is their approach is on their team, not the opponent.
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Benjamin gets the inbound pass and will bring it up court. Tigers up 20 inside of 7 minutes left to go. Price gets it on the right wing, being guarded by Dugas. He'll get a ball screen from Hayes. Try to get the ball to the middle. Into the baseline will be Ricky Lewis. He'll get a step through, and no good, but Lavallee with a rebound. Another fadeaway attempt from him is no good. Hayes fighting for the rebound, and Dugas will come up with it, but he coughs it up. Lavallee picks the ball back up, over to Benjamin in the corner. Pump fake, down the lane, dish to Hayes. Layup, up, good.
Look, the way that Bam can hang in the air, Lavallee just stays in the air. He saw it do that again. Elevated and made the pass.
And you saw all 5 players from Marksville touch the ball on that possession. Acadian Ambulance is proud to be the emergency services provider for LHSAA state championships throughout the year. Acadian Ambulance, knowing life matters.
6:13 to go here, 22-point margin for the Tigers of Marksville.
Viltzel inbound, being guarded by Lavallee. Now Dugas will set it up for the Green Demons at the top of the key. Benjamin's there on defense. Trying to get into the lane is Mamou, but they'll have to continue to work it around against this man-to-man Tiger D. Dugas gets to the left elbow. Dead dribble again. He'll kick it. Dane Small gets the steal there. Wasn't even trying to get it, but that's kind of how things go for him. Now he'll dish it inside to Bam. Bam will get that ball stripped, and Dugas will pick it up.
I don't think Dane ever knew what was going on that possession.
Look, he's a right place, right time kind of guy.
Right.
And Jaden Price is going to draw the charge. Was that the call, Doug?
Yeah,
yes, it was.
That's charge number 4 that has been taken today. Second personal foul there, but that is the 4th charge that Marksville has taken, and that's as good a stat as anything.
Jaden Price and Armani Benjamin were the leading receivers for their football team this year, and the quarterback throwing it to him was, you guessed it, Devin Lavallee. So here goes Small down the lane. His finger roll is blocked by Ardoin, but Hayes gets the rebound immediately, puts that right back in, and now Marksville is up 24 with 5.5 left.
What did you say, right place, right time?
That's Dane Small.
You put yourself in those positions. Now 3 players on Marksville have double digits.
So now Mamou's got to start shooting from deep, and Dugas will try a 3. It's no good. Fought for by Brown, but out of bounds, back to Marksville, and you might see Mamou start to shoot it from deep a little bit here, Doug.
Look, the only one of the big 4 that don't have double digits is Armani, but his defensive intensity, his assisting, he doesn't care. They've got a 24-point lead. Who cares?
That might be Coach Oakey's favorite box score that he's seen all season, is getting it done across the board.
You know,
Benjamin.
And a little of that, Marshall, is you put so much, I'll let you get through this.
This will be a layup from Veltel. No, it won't. It'll be blocked. I think that'll be a foul on Armani. 2 shots.
If that's on Armani, that's his 4th. But here's the process. You hear everything about Benjamin. You hear everything about Armani. You hear everything about Armani. He's the senior guard. You focus on him and everybody else beats you.
Yeah,
and that's what's happening.
Speaking of focus, you know, depending on what website you're on, he's the number 2 recruit in the state or number 3, something like that. But that sort of hype, that sort of attention has not changed anything that they've been trying to do since May when they moved on to that Marksville campus.
Right. The only thing that they focused on is getting to Saturday.
Practicing hard.
This is the big point of it. But, I mean, he has been laser focused. In the interviews that you did with him throughout the season, laser focus has been there.
Viltz will try to make his second free throw. That one is up and good. So Marksville up by 23 points with 5 minutes left to go in this ball game. Facing a little bit of pressure, but Price and Small will get this ball into the front court, and Jaden Price will reset with 4:46 left in this ball game.
The man's a legend already.
Look at Ricky Lewis trying to battle there on the ground. They'll get it up to Mateo, and blocked by Devon Hayes.
And I was just going to tell you that Mateo has not, I don't believe, scored yet in this one, but the defense has not stopped on. You could at any point just say, you know what, let him have that layup, let him go, and they don't.
Devon Hayes, meanwhile, is very, very active on defense, and he'll get another block there. Mateo will head to the line to try to get in the scorebook, but he misses his first free throw. So after this ball game, we've got another Sinlaw team. They'll be trying to punch their ticket and get another state championship. It'll be the Peabody Warhorses taking on the Washington Marion Charging Indians.
What a legend Coach Charles Smith is.
Yeah, Chasen, number 11. Did a lot to mentor Coach Oakey Benjamin, Coach Joseph Greenhouse,
Coach
several members of that staff. Troy Jones, who will be here in the finals. He was a Peabody Warhorse alum. You mentioned Lance Brasher as well. So Emerald Palace is the house that Charles Smith built, but this tournament is, in a lot of ways, what Charles Smith built.
So you've seen, they talk about coaching trees. You've seen the tree of life with all the branches and everything. That's a Charles Smith coaching tree.
Jaden Price for 3 from the corner off the assist from Devin Lavallee, and that'll be a timeout called on the floor as Marksville goes up 25 points, 4:23 left to go, and looking like the Tigers might be bringing another trophy back home to Avoyelles Parish.
Look, and this is calling that in the semifinal game, but they are looking like a team that we told you. Let's jump back to the pregame on there too, and we talked about one of the big differences that they will come at you the entire time. You're not going to get inside their brain. You're not going to get inside and cause any chaos. They're going to continue to come at you, and that's exactly what's built this 25-point lead.
Yeah, and I also think going through Marksville's regular season schedule, the challenges that they gave themselves, they took on Ash. They took on
Denham Springs.
Ruston. They took on Denham Springs. They took on Peabody. They took on Calvary. They took on Bossier. They took on all comers this year.
A lot of teams that are here.
Absolutely, yeah. Ruston being one of them, Denham Springs being another one. This has been something that they've been training for all year. Mamou and Marksville had one common opponent. It was Rapides. And other than that, Marksville's schedule got them that 1 seed, and it's got them through this playoff bracket so far. So now Mamou will bring it back with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this ball game. Little trap will come now from the Tigers with Carmouche and Small.
First time that they've trapped it midcourt all game, and it's a 25-point lead. That does two things. Changes things up, but it also, whoever's watching this that may play on Saturday says, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, if you got a look of Green Oaks and Madison, Green Oaks, the 11th seed, the Giants out of Shreveport, and Madison from all the way over there in the Mississippi River line there in Madison Parish, and the Jaguars have made it to March Madness. So Tigers will get the winner there, and if everything holds here, like I said, either a runner-up trophy or a championship trophy, but if they can hold on here, they're going to bring some sort of hardwood back to Jackie Small Gymnasium here if they can finish off this game.
Look, you're going to have to bring it to just hang in there with this Marksville team.
So Mamou will try to cut into this lead with just over 4 minutes left. The Tigers 4 minutes away from another trip to the finals. This will be Mateo with an outside look. Off the front rim and rebounded by Hayes. Hayes with the outlet pass to Carmouche. Being pressured, he'll get it over to Small. Small facing a trap, but he'll get it up back to Carmouche. Carmouche into the front court, looking for space. Over to Lavallee in the corner, but that's tipped and stolen by Slaughter. Slaughter now up to Brown. Brown's up and under is good.
What a beautiful move under the basket, and another slip down there on that end.
So
that end bothers me.
Applying pressure. Now Price will get it and get it back out to Carmouche. Carmouche in the lane. Jump stop. Shot. No good. And Kevin Slaughter will get the long rebound for Mamou. He'll drive on Devin. Devin affects the shot at the rim, and Marksville will get it back. Nice stop there by the Tigers.
Yeah, Dane able to corral it before it goes out of bounds, and Mamou keeps the pressure on, but Marksville keeps her head up and vision down the floor.
Bam has it in the front court. He'll get out of a trap to Carmouche. Carmouche will pass inside to Price, and now they'll run that North Carolina four corners offense and try to bleed some clock out of this as Jaden Price will reset the ball at the top.
Boy, listen to that Marksville crowd over there start to get into this thing.
Carmouche turns that one over. Mateo up and no good with Devin in defense there. Small up ahead. Can he get a layup? Yes, sir. Number 24, Devin Small, gives Marksville a 66-41 lead.
23 points, and look, they've been playing around this 20-point mark the entire time.
Carmouche gets the rebound, controls it, back to Price. Marksville will, let's see, will they call a timeout?
No, look. Yeah, they called timeout. Okie wanted a full timeout, it looks like, and they'll just point over here. So full timeout on the floor, too. 2:26 to go in this one, and I think it's an opportunity just to calm his guys down and say, hey, look, we're through. Don't do anything stupid. Don't get into foul trouble. Don't let them get in your head in any of this. It's been such a well-played ball game, but let's coast this final 2:26.
Marksville will get to 30 wins on the regular season, and they will get the winner of Green Oaks and Madison in the finals on Saturday at 6 p.m.
Look, Okie not even in the huddle either over there. He's letting his assistant coaches work. He's just letting his dudes be dudes, man, and I love it.
Yeah, got a good coaching staff, guys that work really well together. We've kind of watched the work that they've done and how they've got this team ready all season. As you'll now see Marksville get into their reserve unit a little bit. We've got Jalen Bacon, a freshman, number 15, that is checked into the game. Braylon Bonnet, another freshman, number 32, is checked into the game. Gibson, who's also a freshman, he's back in, number 20. Jaquarian Goodman, a freshman, number 10, in for Marksville, and also number 3, Notorious Bradford. He's a junior he's in for the Tigers. So Coach Oakey getting to get his starters some rest here in the final 2.5 minutes and get some playoff experience for some of his underclassmen.
And look, as a guy, I don't care what the score is. You're on the floor in Burton Coliseum in the semifinal game here, and that's great. Look at him stepping in, going to take a charge. They count the basket. They'll whistle the foul there on 14, but my goodness, still stepping in, looking to take the charge.
That'll be number 21 for Mamou, Decorian Arsenault, freshman as well, as Mamou has emptied their bench for the final 2 minutes.
Yeah, Marksville's going to head on and be back on Saturday and play for, and we use the third straight year that they've been here.
Yeah, the champions in 2024, the runner-ups in 2025, and looking to get the rubber match and bring home the gold one more time.
And Oki and Armani and Dane and Bam and that group, you go up and down the lineup. It's just they are so focused.
Yeah, definitely appeared to be a team that showed up on a mission today, as Mamou will get a steal.
What a play defensively down low by that's 32.
That's Bradford for Marksville, who usually does get a lot of minutes or often does get a lot of minutes. Or Braylon Bonnet, excuse me, that does get a lot of minutes for Marksville,
but again, he could just let the layup happen. You're under 2 minutes, but they don't do it.
Yeah,
he's getting the steal.
Marksville up 23, 66-43, looking to get back to the finals. They can close out the final 2 minutes. This will be a fadeaway for Mamou. That's up and no good. Offensive rebound there. Another missed shot, and this one will be controlled by Bonnet. Now Bonnet will get it over to Bacon in the front court. Bonnet from the top of the key. That ball is off left, no good. And it'll go back to Mamou with 1:25 left to go, as Marksville looks like they're going to defend that 1 seed and become a finalist once again.
And look, they're Mamou showing a lot of heart. We knew they would. And look, the fan base is up and cheering for every basket on here. 3 up and no good.
Jaden Ardoin gets the layup for Mamou. That's a three-pointer. No good by Bradford, and now Mamou will get a layup back on the other end. So we're in the final minute here, 66-45. Carmouche has the ball at the top of the key. Marksville will probably try to get rid of some clock here and take this one down the tunnel. Be another three-point attempt. No good. Mamou will grab that rebound as we're down to the final 40 seconds.
And I like that, not blowing the whistle there. Let them play this out. Don't stop it again for free throws.
This will be another turnover for Mamou. That'll bring it into the front court for Marksville. Rebound is grabbed underneath by Goodman, and he'll get called for a double dribble. So just 20 seconds left here. And these reserves for Marksville trying to get in the stat sheet there, Doug.
Look, you look up at the board, the scoreboard that lists fouls and things, and it's just a lot of zeros on there.
So Mamou will get it. They'll look to probably put up a last attempt here. That'll be blocked by Marksville, out of bounds. 6.5 seconds left. Coming up in the nightcap, the Washington Marion Charging Indians are going to take on the Peabody Warhorses in Division II Select.
Look, that's going to be a tremendous game. I look for Peabody big in that one.
This will be rebounded by Carmouche, and that'll do it for this semifinal game, as Marksville will make it back to the finals. They get a 66-47 victory over the Mamou Green Demons. Amani Benjamin was in double figures for the Tigers. Jaden Price in double figures, Devin Lavallee as well, and just an all-out dominant performance, and really just a kind of a textbook execution of what you're used to seeing these Tigers do.
I just don't think we expected anything different from this. We've seen them play throughout the season, and it's just been this type of play every single time.
So yeah,
it was masterful to watch. 14-14, the two teams evenly matched. They were going back and forth, but you saw a couple of adjustments be made right there. And you go back to the plus minus minutes when Lavallee and Armani came out and they took a little breather. And when they came back to start the second quarter, it was lights out from there.
So the Tigers move on. They'll go to the finals for the third year in a row. They get a 19-point victory over Mamou, and that will, like we said, bring Marksville back to the finals of Division III non-select. I want to thank everyone for watching on YouTube here on 446 Sports as we bring you Sinlaw basketball here down at March Madness. Got one more game tonight, Peabody and Washington Marion, so find that link on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to 446 around the state, not just March Madness, but all season long. One more time, 66-47, Tigers over the Green Demons. Marksville back to the finals. Doug Gann and Marshall Leffler delighted to bring you this semifinal matchup. We'll step away, and like I said, find that link for Peabody and Washington Marion. You'll be able to listen to the audio-only feed from Doug and I as the Division II Select semifinal game is coming up.